Okay, banjo players, here's your headless video focusing on moving these brown-eyed girl double stops around on the banjo. So there's two things I really want you to get out of here. I want you to see the repeating pattern, the fact that they're linked to this shape. It's what I call a closed shape D chord. So remember last time we were doing them in G, everything was done in the key of G. This is your closed shape D chord. By closed, I just mean you're fretting every string, not counting the fifth, right? So think about I don't know, an open G chord. I'm not fretting anything. If you play this shape that is the same as your F at the third through the fifth frets, you have a closed G shape. But we're focused, these double stops work on the closed D shape, right? We move this shape, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, up to frets 9, 8, and 7 last time to get our brown-eyed girl double stops. Now let's just go over the pattern again. Position 1, remember, is right where your fingers, in this case your pinky and your ring, already are in the D shape up here. They're staggered. I want you to see the pattern. Staggered, and then they go up to both to the 10th fret together. This shape stays the same, goes up 2 frets to the 12th. Position 4 is first string goes up 2 frets, second string only goes up once. We're back to staggered. Position 4. Staggered, together, together, staggered. Now, if we play this shape, this closed shape up here, it's a G chord because of where we put it, right? Remember, if I move it back 1 fret, it's a G flat now. Not that we'd ever play in G flat, but if we wanted to, we wanted those same double stops, we'd proceed with the same pattern. We're already in position 1, staggered, frets 8 and 7, up to fret 9, both together. Fret 11, 2 frets up together for position 3, and then up to 12 and 13. Staggered for 4. Staggered, together, together. Okay? So there's our G flat. So we don't have to worry about G flat, and we really don't have to worry about a lot of these keys, but there are some keys where this is going to be helpful. Now, first I want to show you, imagine we want to play in A. Now A is going to be simple because we're always going to use a capo, right? And we're going to capo the 5th string up 2 frets with our spike, tweak the tuning a little bit, right? Now everything is moved up because we've lost 2 frets. So what used to be between frets 9, 8, and 7 for G, now we just moved everything up a fret. So now we're frets 11, 10, and 9. Everything moves up 2 frets. This pattern stays the same. And we've got a capo on, right? So we've got that 5th string capo where we can use our roll. Okay, so just keep in mind the way this works with capo, okay? If we wanted to play in B flat, everything would go up a fret. Capo would go up a fret. We'd have to tune this string up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and then our shape, this would be our, thinking of it as G. This would be where our D shape G happens up here. 12, 11, 10, everything goes up 1 fret. Position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4, position 3, position 2, position 1. And all the same rules apply as they did in G. Okay, so let's get rid of the capo for a second. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's go back to our G, untune the 5th string. Okay, so we have our G. Where I really want you to see how to move these shapes and where they're going to be really effective for you is going to be, let's start with D. So let's bring this shape all the way down to where it's an actual D chord. A D chord you've probably learned. Okay, so same pattern applies. Your 2 fingers are already in position 1. Position 2 is both at the 5th fret. Position 3 is at the 7th fret. And then we go to 8 and 9 for position 4, right? Position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4. Position 3, position 2, position 1. That's in the key of D. So if we're playing in the key of D, and this is sort of leading you towards, I mean, every banjo player who wants to play bluegrass or jam bluegrass, you should really be able to play where your one chord is a D position or a C position or a G position. And most of you guys are really getting good at the G position where that's your one chord, but maybe haven't ventured so much where C is your starting chord, so you're playing C, F, and G, or where D is your starting chord and you're playing D, G, and A. So in some ways this will be helpful for that. So we've got them in D, and just see the pattern is the same, right? Your chord placement gives you position one. You just have to know what chord you're playing. So as long as you know you're playing a D chord, then these position 1, 2, 3, and 4 stay the same. So let's say we're playing in D. Position 4, position 3, position 2, position 1. Okay? There's D. Now one thing I want you to see here that's interesting, position 1, staggered, right? Frets 3 and 4. Position 2, together, both at fret 5. Position 3, both at fret 7, together. Position 4, 8, and 9, staggered. Now, remember the 4th position works for the 4 chord. If we're in the key of D, what's our 4 chord? It's G. So you might hopefully have noticed that we are back in our, that's where our G chord is. That's position 1 for G is position 4 for D. Right? Okay, so there's how you do them in D. And when we get to the play along video, we'll see how to use all this information in a helpful way. No, so what we're going to do now, and this is the one I really want you to see, take this D chord, and this is an interesting exercise. If you move it down 1, you're in D flat. Let's forget about D flat, because we're not going to use that, but watch what happens when you move your hand down 1 more fret. This first finger is on the 1st fret, so that falls off the neck, and everything else moves back. So you've got 2nd fret of the 4th. Now you're an open G string, 1st fret of the 2nd string, 2nd fret of the 1st string. Now I'm playing it with my pinky, my middle finger, and my ring finger, but you're probably used to it being played with my 1st finger, my middle finger, and my ring finger. That's an open C chord. So that is really, you want to think of your open C as your closed D, if that makes sense, just moved down 2 frets. So you're in position 1 when you're playing an open C chord, position 1 in C. Position 1, staggered, right? Position 2, together at the 3rd fret. Position 3, together at the 5th fret. Position 4, staggered 6 and 7. Back to 3. And we'll try with our roll. And these are really important when you're playing in the key of C or the key of D and you're not using a capo, where you want to play without a capo, right? Which is important because you can really, you'll see a lot of banjo players will use these double stops to articulate a lot of melodies when they are playing out of a C, where C is your one chord. You're doing C and F and a G, okay? So play around with those. Make sure you can do them in C. Position 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then do them in D. Position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4, position 3, position 2, position 1. And then go back to G so you remember where G is. Let's remember 8, 9, 8, 7. You're spanning between 9 and 7. And for fun, let's do them in F. If we're in G right now, G flat is back at 1 fret. F would be 7, 6, and 5. Position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4, position 3, position 2, position 1. Okay, so play with those and make sure you understand how to move these. Do them in D, do them in C, do them in G, do them in F, and then if you use your capo, know that everything just moves up a fret.